Hi everyone, this is Laura Gadenik with Laura Gadenik Astrology, and I'm here to deliver the astrology for the weeks of September 4th through the 17th, 2023. Before we get started, I'd just like to remind you to like, subscribe, leave a comment, helps the channel to grow, and I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so we are just kind of starting the week off with Venus having finished her retrograde period in Leo. So she stationed direct yesterday on the 3rd at 12 degrees of Leo. And so now she's moving forwards again over territory that she's traveled through already twice. So this is kind of like the integration period of Venus's underworld journey. So during the Venus retrograde, you might have been exploring themes around love and relationships, like what do you need to feel good and loved and cared for in your relationships. You might have been exploring themes around your ideals or values and what's really important to you and how do you show that or express that to the world. Also themes around pleasure and joy. What's really fun and pleasurable to you? During Venus's retrograde, often we might come into a sense of feeling dissatisfied or unhappy, or like we're not spending our time in the way that we want to or in ways that are satisfying. So it's been kind of a journey around exploring what is fun to you, what is satisfying, how do you want to spend your time. Additionally, Venus's retrograde, when Venus is retrograde, she's in this underworld journey. So it might have been themes that we weren't, exploring themes we weren't quite conscious of. And now that Venus is direct and moving forwards, it's like we're integrating what we've been learning and the journey that we've been on, and maybe even grasping some of the themes that we've been exploring or navigating or healing from in a more conscious way. We might feel like, oh, I get it. I figured it out, or I'm understanding more about what I need in love, what I need in relationships, what I need in my downtime or in my hobbies, the things I'm interested in. So now that Venus is moving forward again, we're integrating what we've been exploring and reviewing. Okay, and then today, Monday, September 4th, Mercury, currently retrograde, is making a trine to Jupiter in Taurus. So this feels like positive, optimistic thinking. Maybe some new ideas are coming through. Perhaps you get some good news, or you're having kind of uplifting conversations. You might even notice wanting to talk about Jupiter themes. So like religion, spirituality, belief systems, philosophy, or even travel plans. It's also just a good day to send a message or to have a conversation that you might need to be having. It doesn't necessarily mean that the resolution comes today because Mercury is retrograde. But when Mercury moves forward again and starts moving in a direct motion, it makes the trine to Jupiter later in the month in September. I think it's September 25th. There might be a connection there to what conversations you're having today, or perhaps like some sort of resolve or resolution. So it just feels like a really positive day, September 4th, with Mercury making this trine to Jupiter. Just, there's just more of a sense of openness and allowing good news or good information to come to you. A good day to like sit down and read a book about a philosophy or spiritual practice that you've maybe been interested in. Okay, so then Wednesday, the 6th, Mercury will conjoin the sun. So that means Mercury is coming into the heart of the sun. They're at the same degree, around 13 degrees of Virgo. And whenever any planet comes into the heart of the sun, that planet gets illuminated by the sun's light. And there's something that comes to our awareness that was previously dark before. And it's something that comes to awareness around the themes of the planet. So you might have some thoughts that come up. Mercury represents the mind and how we think and communicate. You might have thoughts that come up that are like an aha moment of like, oh, I get it. I have clarity. You might have an illuminating conversation. Mercury, once again, ruling over conversation and communication. Or a message that comes through that like kind of puts a puzzle piece into place where you're making a connection. Mercury rules over commerce as well, and like business sales. There might be something around business that comes through or that becomes more apparent. Of course, whatever house that you have Virgo on the cusp of, those house themes are there's likely to be a moment of clarity or new awareness around those themes. Mercury, once again, planet about communication. This might be a day where communications get cleared up. You might figure something out. It's a really good day to journal and get in touch with your own mind and figure out what thoughts you're thinking, what thoughts you're having that are having an impact on your emotional state, on your body state, right? There's the connection between thoughts, emotions, and sensations in the body. So it's a really good day to kind of get in touch with the thoughts that you're having in your mind that are often unconscious, that we're not even aware of, but are very much so having a big influence over how we feel day in and day out. Okay, so that's the 6th. Friday the 8th, the sun in Virgo makes the trine to Jupiter. So once again, there's this sense of opportunity maybe coming through, or a sense of expansiveness or confidence, like you could do anything and conquer the world, or you might have this like overwhelming excitement to go do something or to start something. Not necessarily a good day to do it because once again, Mercury is retrograde. However, you might just have the feeling like you want to start something Jupiterian. So what is Jupiterian themes? Once again, maybe a course of study, maybe a religious practice or a spiritual practice or a wellness practice. You might just feel overall just really connected to the world at large or to something greater than yourself. Jupiter is the planet ruling over like spirituality and, God, so to speak. So, it's a quick transit, but still can be pretty powerful. And then for next week, there's really not much that goes on until Thursday, the 14th. We have a new moon in Virgo at 21 degrees of Virgo. New moons are always good times for starting something new, or I guess more accurately, planting a seed to start something new. So, good time to plant a seed around new projects that require detail and planning. So because it's in Virgo is a sign that is good at the details and is good at creating a plan and structure and organization. So good time to plant seeds for new projects that require those skills, those abilities. It's a good time to plan to get organized in some area of life. And once again, it could be around whatever house where you have Virgo on the cusp. Like for me, I have Virgo in my 4th house of home and family. So I might be, planning, organizing my room, honestly. Like, I did just purchase a bunch of stuff for my room, like a new bedspread and a filing cabinet and, things like that. So I can imagine myself like putting together my filing cabinet and organizing my desk and things like that. It's a new beginning for something. And also Mercury, the ruler of this new moon, each sign has a ruling planet. And we often have to look at the condition of that planet to get more information about a lunation or anything happening in that sign. So Mercury is stationing direct the next day. So wherever where this new moon is in Virgo, it's happening on the 14th of September, ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is stationing direct the following day, which is good news. It means that whatever you plant seeds for or begin or like that, it'll come to fruition. It'll come to harvest eventually. So it's good. Okay. So Friday the 15th, Mercury stations direct, 8 degrees of Virgo. Think back to August 4th. This was last time that Mercury was here at this degree on August 4th, and that was when Mercury entered the shadow period where it would stay, retrograde back to that degree. So whatever's happening around August 4th, there might be themes brought up, similar themes brought up, or this might be like part 2 to the story or the resolution. So Mercury station is direct, 8 degrees of Virgo. This is integration of what this Mercury retrograde has been about for you. And overall integration of what you've been reviewing and rethinking and reworking. And this will be once again with regards to the house where Virgo is in your birth chart, as well as general Virgo themes like communication, planning, organization, writing. What else? Yeah, those are kind of maybe the main themes. So things start coming together, plans start moving forward, things are starting to work out, and whatever was started or whatever you've been pondering since early August, that August 4th, those are coming to fruition or coming into integration now during or around Friday the 15th. Or that's when that journey is starting, I should say. Really, we aren't like wrapping up the Mercury retrograde cycle until early October when Mercury exits its shadow period or exits Virgo and goes into Libra. So really from September 15th all the way to I think it's October 3rd or 4th, that's the time frame that we are integrating what this Mercury retrograde period has been about. Same with the Venus retrograde. So Venus is now direct, right? But she is traveling over this territory in Leo for the 3rd time until about October 4th. So we still have all the way through September and into early October to integrate these Venusian lessons that we've been learning. Okay, Sunday, September 17th, Venus makes its 3rd and final square to Jupiter. So the first square was June 11th, and then the second one was August 22nd. And pretty much from August 22nd through the 17th of September, Venus has been in this long square to Jupiter because she slowed way down and stopped in a square to Jupiter and then slowly started moving forwards again. So she's been in this long square to Jupiter. And what we've been exploring with this has been, or what we're coming to terms with, I should say, is themes around our relationship to excess, indulgence, and what's been too much. And it might be too much of Venus things, too much pleasures, too much love, too much indulgence, too much sweets, maybe spending too much money. What's gotten out of balance here with Venus themes. So love, relationship, beauty, sex, aesthetics, what's fun or pleasurable or joyful, what's been out of balance, what's been too much. There might also be integration around themes of forgiveness or grace in relationships that have been tricky or in relationships that have been rocky or that have needed some healing. So that's a good, it's also an integration period for that. And then also integration around what we value and what brings us value or a deep sense of peace and meaning. Jupiter is a planet about meaning and purpose. And so we're kind of, integrating, wrapping up, digesting what this Venus retrograde journey has been about for us in terms of what brings us value. And it might even be about like for instance, I'm thinking about myself, I just bought a new comforter, a weighted blanket, things that were kind of pricey or kind of more on the expensive side. So maybe a little indulgent, but I really value my sleep and my rest. And I've struggled to sleep this over the Venus retrograde cycle. And so I've been why am I not sleeping well? I'm not comfortable at night. I'm not comfortable in my bed. I need to upgrade my bed system, my relaxation system, which is very Venusian. Venus is all about relaxation and pleasure and like, oh, you know. So, you know, while it was pricey and expensive and maybe a little indulgent, I'm investing in good rest for myself and in comfort because I value that and I value my rest. So that's kind of like an example of what this could be about for you. Okay, so that is the astrology for the next couple weeks. I hope this was helpful, and I'm open for consultation. So if you're interested in how the astrology is impacting you personally, looking at your personal birth chart, I'm open, and please reach out. You can leave comment in the comment section, or you can email me at consultation@lauragadenick.com. Otherwise, I will be back in a couple of weeks with the next update, and I hope you have a wonderful couple of weeks.